Hello and welcome to today's video. This is going to be my update for Project Level Up. This is a project pan created by Sophie Alexandra, and I am slightly tweaking it in that I've been working on level 1 and level 2 together because I realized that to get a complete look like this I wanted to be working on multiple shades that I was trying to hit pan on, and just focusing on the one shade didn't fully work with my goal to hit more eyeshadow pans this year. So I am in a bit of a rush, so we're going to be flying through this. I know I'm generally long-winded, but I'm going to try and be much quicker because I have to get to work. But I hit 2 new pans today and I was like, this look is perfect to talk about this project because I'm wearing a lot of the shades, and I know that I have to focus on another shade that I'm trying to hit pan on for the next week to get ready for Deck of Panning. So I was like, I'm going to film today, I'm going to film right now and talk about these palettes right now because I want to be wearing them while I talk about them. And it's so exciting that I just hit pan like 20 minutes ago. It's very exciting. So I am wearing both palettes on my eyes today, but we will start with my level 1. So this is my LA Girl Pro Mastery. I love this palette so much. It's pinks and neutrals the way I love them, like my absolute favorite combination colors. So we've got huge shades in here, so it took a lot of work to hit pan. We've got the shade names on the back, and I can now show you, I'm going to show it to you upside down, that we've got a pan here in Boss. So Boss was my focus shade for level 1. Obviously I had to use every other shade at least once, which I did. I will just go through quickly now. So for Boss, it took me 22 uses to hit pan. It is a very malleable shade. It's like a textured shimmer. It's what I have on like the center of my eyelid today. And I will do a little finger swatch for you. It's this stunning kind of rose goldy shimmer. It's very textured. It's got a bit of like thick not creaminess. It's not a cream shadow, but creaminess. So it's very malleable. So like I exposed this pan and then covered it and then exposed it and then covered it and then exposed it again, just putting this look on today. So I'm sure if I use it again, I'm going to cover up the pan and then I'm going to expose a bigger pan. That's just the nature of it's a very malleable shade. But I'm very, very happy with 22 uses. I was kind of worried it was going to take a lot more than that because I just, like, for the last while I've been like, I just feel like I'm kind of swirling the same eyeshadow around in a little circle every time I go to get it out, and like I'm not getting much out of the pan each time. But finally we hit a little pan. I'm so pleased. And I'll just go through the other shades that I used more than once. So every shade I've used once. Boss I've used 22 times. And then this matte here, Skills, I've used twice. This matte here, Devotee, I've used twice. This matte here, Proper, I've used twice. And this matte Pretty I've used twice, and this shimmer Expert I've used twice, and then this shimmer, or this matte Dapper, I've used twice, and everything else I've used once. Sorry, it's very confusing because the shades are on the back and not the front, and I was getting confused about which way around it was. Even though they have colours on the pictures, it's all very obvious if you have time and you are gathered together. So we have completed level 1, very, very exciting. And now level 2. So for this, I had the BH Cosmetics Hanging in Hawaii. I picked these palettes because I thought they would go well together. I didn't randomize them. And I'm glad I did that. I was really happy with all the colours I was using. So for level 2, we were trying to hit 2 pans and we've done it. So Maui, I hit pan on a couple of days ago. And then Pineapple, yeah, it's hard because it's a shimmer. But I hit pan on today. So I have Pineapple on my inner corner today, and I have generally had Maui on my outer corner, but I'm not wearing it today because I had already hit it as a pan. So I have not, however, used every shade twice yet. So I'll go through how many times I've used each shade. So I've used this one once, this one, and even this one. They're all fairly similar. So I've been very much focused on Pineapple and not on the other light shimmers. But I've used this one once, this one once. Hibiscus I have yet to use. I've used Luau once, I've used Ohana once, I've used Pineapple 21 times to hit pan, which I was a bit surprised on it taking that long for a light shimmer, because I was using generally a small brush, but I was sometimes using my finger, and I do find with my finger, it really, like, obviously it's a much wider surface than a dense small brush, but it gets like a lot, it's a lot of spread use as opposed to targeted use that would hit a pan quickly. Lay once, Aloha once, Tiki once, Sandy I haven't used at all. Let's just see how light it is. Yeah, it's a bit deeper than Pineapple, but like, yeah, I haven't been using it because I've been focused on Pineapple. Coconut once, Paradise twice, so I'm done on Paradise. It took 20 uses to hit pan on Maui. I've used Wakiki 3 times, because that's one thing I will say about this palette is, like, these 3 shimmers, Sandy, Pineapple and Hula, are all very similar. Wakiki is slightly deeper, and then Luau is pink. So I really feel like you could have gotten rid of one of these lighter shimmers and added in a deeper brown shimmer, because this like bronzy Sandy or Wakiki is not that deep. But the reason I've used it 3 times is because it is deeper than the others and it adds a bit of contrast and difference. I haven't used Mahalo yet, and I have used Honolulu twice. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades that I need to use 1 more time each, and then 1, 2, 3 shades that I need to use twice each. And I think I'll get that done as soon as Deck of Panning is over and I'm not focusing on the shade I'm trying to hit pan on with that project. Then I will be able to focus on those the following week and get this knocked out pretty quickly. So we are going to roll in my level 3 palette today and get working on it. I'm happy to work on 2 levels side by side, so I actually haven't physically gotten the palette out. I'm gonna go do that now. I'll be back in a sec. Shaking the camera, which has gone even more sideways than it was earlier. It's saying it's straight now, it's definitely not, but anyway, so that's a bit better. So I just got a new job and I will be starting at the end of the month, so I want an easy life. It's very exciting. It's not shift work, that's why I went for it. So I am hoping to be, you know, feeling more energized than I have been with my 4.5 years of shift work, where I've been so exhausted all the time, and having time to do my makeup every day. I believe I'm going to be in the office full time for the first 6 months now. We'll see, and that then I'll be working from home a bit, but still I think it's reasonable to be doing my makeup most days. But I also think it's reasonable that I will be in a rush, because I will now be having to travel to work during rush hour, which I haven't had to do for years. So pros and cons, but I want an easy life. I want something that's not going to be a huge challenge, and I want something that I'll be able to just put in a makeup bag and bring with me. So I'm going to go for a quad, and I'm going to go for the Catrice Caviar Gauche limited edition Heaven Scent quad. I was like, it definitely has an actual name, the palette, and it's these rosy neutrals. We've got 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. Very, very basic, but I love it. And I think the cream shade, which I'll use to set my lid, and then these 2 shimmers will be pretty easy to hit pan on. And I want to go for the easy life right now. And I think it'd be fun. I've been working on 2 16-pan palettes to just have a quad where I'm only having to like track my usage, you know, 3 days in a row I will wear all 4 shades together, and then I won't need to worry too much about tracking my usage, and I'll just be focused on hitting the pans. So that'll just be easier. It'll be a nice break from where it's been really like a lot of work to go back and make sure I'm marking each individual shade, and sometimes I'm like, oh, was it that matte? No, it was that matte, blah de blah. It's been a lot of work with the 2 16-pan palettes, so I'm looking forward to having an easier time with just a quad. And this is a palette I absolutely adore, and it's getting older, so I would love to hit pan in these shades. So yeah, really looking forward to this. I'm hoping that the clasp holds up. Obviously I'll be using it many times to hit these pans, and I have the face palette from this collection, and the clasp has had some difficulties, so I'm really hoping that this clasp will last until I hit those 3 pans. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will link Sophie's channel down below. This is an excellent project if you haven't done eyeshadow panning before, or you have and you found it difficult. This is the best project I have found in terms of you're getting that hit of dopamine, in terms of, you know, no pan left behinding a palette isn't that difficult, and you're hitting a goal and it feels really good. And then hitting 1 pan, it's a lot, but it's achievable. I wouldn't recommend starting for your first time with you know, shades that are over 2 grams per shade, but you know, if you pick something smaller, this can be just a very achievable project, particularly level 1, level 2, and you don't have to go up to level 5. Lots of people go up to level 5 and then restart. Some people go beyond that. I'm thinking after level 3 I'm going to go back to level 1. So yeah, I always say this in videos about this project, but I highly recommend it. I think it's loads of fun. So yeah, I'm going to finish my coffee. I got this like chocolate flavored whipped cream that I put on my iced coffee, and I'm very excited about it. I'm going to finish my coffee, change my top. This is actually a pajama top that I put back on just to film this video, change into my work uniform and go to work. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.